I am set up here to do a 15-minute sketch exercise. This is super customizable. This video is meant to be follow along. So here is the outline. So I'm going to do 2 minutes, one line type, second 2 minutes on another line type. Then we're going to do 3 minutes on a combination of those two. 2 minutes each on 2 different shapes, and then 3 minutes, you could also do more, on 30-second sketches. Modify this as you need. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. Let me show you what one looks like. So in this exercise, I did curved lines and spirals, and then I combined them. I played with a pillow shape. I am really struggling with those, to be honest, so I've changed that to any shape. Same thing with any shape. They can be 2D or 3D, and then I leave a space for notes. On the back side of my sheet, get this rolled over, are my sketches. And you can see they're quick, they're messy. There's no need to have an eraser for this exercise. In fact, it's probably better if you don't. Just do them, get them done, right? So let me set this aside. This is the paper I'm using right now. It is a 50-pound sketch paper. You could use newsprint if you wanted, whatever you've got. Computer paper. I use this for a lot of things, but I like to divide up my paper. You can or not. You can use a little template if you want, or you can simply knock things off your desk. No, simply divide that up into 6. This last one will be for notes. Here, line 1, line 2, combo. Then we have shape 1 and 2. And this is my notes, how I'm feeling, what's working, what's not, and the date. And this is loud, I'm so sorry. All right, I've set that for 2 minutes. I'm gonna do line 1. Let's see, I think I'm feeling scribbly. So I will do some accordion lines. So one hint before I start, if you can have several pencils sharpened and ready, it makes this a little faster. If not, one is fine. You can use a fancy pencil. You can use just a plain old number 2, whichever you've got, use that. It could be a mechanical pencil, right? All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna spend 2 minutes on just some scribbles. You probably hear my cat meowing in the background. He is unhappy that he is outside, but he is an absolute menace today. Now you'll notice I'm not going super fast on this. It does not take long to fill this up. In fact, I can easily fill it up in less than 2 minutes. So I try to take my time, vary pressure, vary direction. This is my favorite type of zigzaggy line. This is not meant to look a certain way. It's meant to kind of wake you up. Wake up your hand, wake up your brain. Get that connection made. You got 30 seconds left, and I have already filled up my square here. Do some super tiny ones. There is 2 minutes. If you don't have another pencil already ready to go, it's a good time to take a sharpening break. Let's see, line 2, what am I going to do? Maybe just some straight lines. How about some hatching? All right, not cross hatching, so 2 more minutes. Here we go. I can flick, I can carefully draw. Sorry, my kitty's back at my door making lots of noise, and that's okay. He'll be fine. Right now I'm doing careful and altering direction. Do I go up? Do I start down? How does it look? And I can practice flick. Different directions, kind of like whiskers or grass. Can do like a broken. Now it looks like a branch. I'm kind of lifting my hand off as I do this. But I don't have to. I can also change how I hold the pencil and get more of a shaded look with just one swipe. It's kind of handy. There is 2 minutes. That went fast. I got into that one. All right. Now we're going to do a combo. So let's add a minute to that. Got 3 minutes total. And I'm just going to play with combining these 2 line types. Trying not to make a picture out of it, although I find that really hard. So let's get going. That's kind of fun. That looks like an arrow, doesn't it? There we go, making a picture. All right. This is a much softer lead than the number 2. I think it's more like a B, whereas the number 2 is an HB. It's more of a squiggle. I tend to wander off on these, but you know, it's not such a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that is so loud. All right, there is 3 minutes of that. Let me grab my sharpener. This one seems to be working better today than this one. All right, shapes. Let's go simple today. I need to set this back to 2 minutes. All right, grabbing the number 2 pencil on this one, and I'm gonna do circles, just lots of circles for 2 minutes. This is another one where you can take your time. You don't need to go as fast as you might think. And I'm using my whole arm here, unless I want to go really tiny, and then I'll use just my fingers and my wrist. But it's good to use the whole arm. That will give you looser drawings, more relaxed. I can circle in the other direction as well. It's kind of fun where those cross in between there. And my default is going in a clockwise direction, but it's good to be able to do both ways. Let's do some tiny ones. Interesting, when I'm doing tiny, I want to do counterclockwise. Did I do that right? I guess counterclockwise is my default. Clockwise is not what I usually do. Don't worry about making perfect circles, just make circular shapes. All right, there you go. Pencil sharpening break, or switch to a freshly sharpened pencil. Shape number 2, let's do some squares. All right, so I like to do them as flicks like I was doing up here. That gives me a nice box. You could also just draw a continuous square. It's hard for me not to draw past the corners. I find doing it this way I can make a kind of a dimensional looking square. So if those are going out that way, this one goes out the other way, and this resulting, well, this one looks like a kite, but it looks like it's got some perspective in there. Also looks like a kite, doesn't it? Anyway, squares. I'm drawing squares. And you can do rectangles, right? And you can redraw them once you kind of map them out. I draw them lightly, then I can come in. You can also draw, if I use my wrist as a pivot point, I can do kind of curved squares. So they kind of have that warped look, which is kind of fun. All right, so there are the warm-ups in this warm-up. My notes I'm tired today, but I'm happy with what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna write tired, but happy with this. Oops. I'd like to explore a page of shapes soon, I think. Explore a full page of shapes soon. All right, now other side. Now we get to the perhaps stressful portion of the program. Some pictures of my cat to use as reference, and I'm just going to give myself a 30-second timer. So this is going to be 30 beeps. Hold on. All right, sharpening break. I'm going to do 6 poses at 30 seconds each. And it's just, the idea is to get down the basic shapes. Try not to do any detail. It's hard. All right, so here we go. All right, that's it. That's all I got. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, next one. A little less. He's hanging upside down. I just thought that was funny, that nice angle there. So, grab a fresh pencil. 30 more seconds. Here we go. Wow, I'm really struggling today. There's 30 seconds. I like using a softer pencil for these darker lines. All right, laying down. Third one, here we go. That's it. Let me find an open sheet here. Making a mess. 4. All right, there he is standing on my drying rack. Let's see how much I can get of that one. So it's kind of easier to see the body. And that's all I got. A little better with the gesture. Maybe I need to do more standing up poses for this. Oh, here we go. I just couldn't resist that one. think this is the last one, another box one. Trying to stay really loose. These always leave me feeling just a little bit fatigued. Okay, maybe a lot bit fatigued. These type of sketches, but there you have it. That is the warm-up practice. If you like this, let me know, and I will create more that you can follow along with the timer. Maybe I'll get a better timer, one that isn't so annoying, and they will be less chatty. All right, see you soon.